Football season is here, and you might be in the market for a brand new jersey. Let's talk about some budget options. But first, cue the bumper.
Hey, who's got it better than us?
Welcome back to Jersey Head University, the intersection of authentic sportswear and passionate storytelling.
Now I want this to be the de facto channel for everything related to sports jerseys.
If it's your first time here, consider supporting our channel by running the triple option, subscribing, liking, and commenting on today's video. So it's been a long off season, but football is finally back. You might be a new fan that's buying their first jersey, or you might be a seasoned fan that's just looking for more jerseys to add to your collection. Whatever your situation, we've got you covered. In this video series, we're going to cover all the retail jerseys that Nike currently has available for the NFL. We're going to start with the budget option and slowly work our way up to the premium option throughout the series. For each style of jersey, we're going to be looking at several criteria, including first impression, price, quality, sizing, pros and cons, and any final thoughts we have. Based on the information, you can figure out which jersey is best for your budget and lifestyle. All right, let's dive right in.
Alright, before we talk about the Nike NFL game jersey, I just want to give a brief honorable mention to the Legends jersey. As of the time of this recording, these retail for $100 US. As far as the quality and materials go, this is basically a sublimated t-shirt. The graphics are dyed into the fabric and they will not peel or crack over time. It's a 100% polyester shirt, and the size fits pretty close to a t-shirt sizing. I personally just go with my own t-shirt sizing because I don't layer this jersey, but based on your sizing preferences, you could stay true to your size or you could size up. But yeah, this is the most budget-friendly Nike jersey. On to the main event, we've got the Nike NFL Replica game jersey. As of the time of this recording, the price will either be $130 for the standard jersey or $170 for the customized jersey.
Now this is going to fit and feel a lot more like an NFL fan jersey. The entire garment will be screen printed and none of the graphics will be sewn on. Now for the material makeup, these will typically be 100% polyester, although based on the team and the color, there may be some slight variations. Inside the neckline, you've got the size label. The NFL shield at the base of the collar is rubberized, so this is not screen printed. One detail I love about Nike that Reebok did away with is this reinforcement stitching right here. If you guys ever play football outside with your friends, there's a good chance at some point someone's yanked on your jersey. Without this stitching right here, this whole thing is gonna rip apart. So that's a nice little touch. TV numbers are all screen printed, as is the Nike swoosh and the sleeve stripes. For the higher tier jerseys, this will be sewn on and not screen printed. However, based on team specifications of their actual game-worn jerseys, other graphics like sleeve patches, shoulder patches, and stripes could either be sewn on, screen printed, or even woven, depending on what the team actually does. Now for the replica jerseys, everything will be screen printed regardless of team. But for the limited and the elite jerseys, as you move up, some of these details will change. I will tell you guys, because the Chicago Bears game-worn jerseys still use screen-printed stripes, even if you buy the $300 Elite jersey, the stripes will still be screen-printed. Now, one thing to note about the game jerseys is its unique cut compared to the limited and the Elite jersey. For example, you've got these cuts right here, which is very similar to what they had on the Elite 51 game jerseys. However, unlike the Elite 51 authentic jersey that had a bunch of panels throughout the body, for the game jersey, they just added ventilation down the sides. There is a small cut at the bottom, presumably to help out with mobility. Now we've mentioned that all the graphics are screen printed, and as you guys can see, mine is starting to crack a little bit. It should be noted that Nike has several manufacturing locations, and depending on where the jersey was made, the material could be slightly different. The printing on the Bears jersey definitely feels more staunch and less flexible. Whereas on this Illinois jersey, the numbers almost feel like a silicone gel material. I tell you guys, I got both these jerseys around the same time and have taken care of them the same way. And after 10 years, the Illinois jersey still looks brand spanking new, and the Bears jersey is definitely starting to show its age. Moving on down, we've got the cloth jock tag, size medium, engineered to the exact specifications of the National Football League. On the back, we've got the name sewn across the nameplate. Talk about a blast from the past, huh? Man, Shea McClellan did not pan out for the Bears. Moving on down, you've got the back numbers. I'm just going off eyeball test here, but it looks like for the replica game jerseys, they used the same size numbers for the front and the back. And of course, for the official team specs, the back numbers will always be bigger. And one more small detail, guys. I'll be honest, I don't like how lazy Nike is sometimes. Some fans don't realize this. Not only are the back numbers bigger, but for a lot of teams, the font for the back number is actually different from the front number. But for whatever reason, even when it calls for larger numbers, what they do is just enlarge the front number and just copy and paste it to the back. And that's not always going to be accurate, guys. Again, just a small nitpick, and honestly, most casual fans might not even care, but I thought it was worth pointing out. Now, in terms of sizing, this jersey runs about 22.5 inches pit to pit and about 30 inches top to bottom. One thing to keep in mind, guys, is that there's always going to be variances in the manufacturing. So you might get a jersey that fits half an inch bigger or a half inch smaller. So keep that in mind.
So from 2012 to 2022, the Nike game jerseys typically fit a little bit bigger than a limited or an elite jersey of the same size. So what I mean is, a medium jersey for the game style will fit slightly baggier than a medium equivalent for the upper tier jerseys. Because of that, I typically go with my own shirt sizing regardless of whether or not I'm going to layer it. But as we'll see though, they did change the measurements slightly for 2023 and beyond, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Let's take a look at one more jersey here. We've got our boy, Michigan man, JJ McCarthy. Now, in terms of construction, this jersey looks very similar to the one we just looked at, but because it's based off the new Vapor Fuse chassis, there are some slight differences. One difference is going to be this new neck label. It's still got all the same details on there, but this was updated to fit the new Vapor Fuse chassis. They also started putting the tags inside the neck, which I'm not a big fan of. I always liked it when it hung off the sleeves, but I digress. The other detailing is going to be the same. You've got that rubberized NFL shield and of course the reinforcement stitching. The cuts are going to be the same, as well as the side ventilation. And actually these features have never changed, even when the limited and the elite jerseys got chassis updates. Everything here is screen printed, but for the Vikings, their limited jerseys and their elite jerseys will have sewn on stripes and a sewn on Nike swoosh. And for the higher tier jerseys, the Vikings logo will also be sewn on. I'm going to take care of this as well as I can so the numbers don't peel off, because you know, JJ's my guy. He's a Michigan man. Here we've got the new jock tag for all the Vapor Fuse jerseys. For some reason, they got rid of the size label on here, which I'm not a fan of, but it still looks okay overall. 100% polyester, made in Indonesia. If I got a nickel for every time I complain about how long this tag is in one of my videos, I'd probably have a whole lot of nickels. JJ McCarthy, Michigan man. I actually talked to his parents for a little bit after the Rose Bowl, so that was a really cool experience. And here's a view of the numbers, as well as the sleeve stripes from the back side. And there we go, that's the back of the jersey. So the new game jerseys will fit a bit more snug, unlike the old one that we saw earlier. This one measures 21 inches pit to pit, so it will fit noticeably smaller. And for this jersey, the length does look a little bit longer at 31 inches, but it's really not going to affect how tight it feels on you. And as we've discussed, there are slight variances in measurements from jersey to jersey.
Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned that regardless of whether or not I'm layering, I always tend to get my own shirt size. Now, because these jerseys fit so darn small, I'm actually going to break my own rule here and say that if you are going to plan a layer with a hoodie, definitely look at buying one size up. Again, best to check out your local store and try it on yourself.
And there we go, guys. It's a quick look at the Nike NFL Replica game jersey. I would love to hear your thoughts. Personally, I don't tend to buy a whole lot of these. When these released, they were around $100, and they're pretty readily available, so it's not a bad option to just buy at the last minute and go to the game. But at $130, it's hard to justify when you can spend a couple more bucks and get yourself a limited jersey, or even an elite jersey that's marked down. This does feel really comfortable on you. From that standpoint, it's really nice. On the flip side though, because everything is printed, you've got to be really careful when washing this. I recommend cold water, gentle cycle, and hang dry. And if you want minimal damage, you can even hand wash it. I would say these make more sense if you're just buying a youth jersey where your kid is just going to wear it for a few years and then grow out of it. If you do decide to get a game jersey though, there are much better avenues. eBay is of course littered with fake jerseys, but if you know what to watch out for, you can find one at a much better price. But that'll do it for this episode, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications for all the latest updates. That wraps up our segment on the Nike NFL Replica game jersey. Tune in next time when we talk about the Nike NFL Limited jersey. All right, we'll see you in the next one.